All right, we are on the air. Hello, everyone. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And this will be the first of a weekly broadcast around this time Thursday. The only thing I can say is I'll try to get on a little earlier, but hey, it's YouTube, so you can watch these broadcasts at any time. But nothing like a live experience. How about it, Roger?
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Yeah, yes. So, so for all my subs and all the people that are going to tune into this broadcast here, I'm going to let you know that it's going to be a live broadcast every Thursday night around, I would say 9:30 to 10 o'clock. But um, what I would encourage you to do is to check my community tab for updates, as I will be using it regularly, and also a community tab. I'll be putting other live streams in there as well, such as with the Roger Report Live and another YouTube channel, You Ain't Shit for Watching, or sometimes the Breakdown. And maybe one day Darth Skater 7, depending on the subject matter. But why I mention those channels in particular, because we are the habitual line steppers. You know, this is what we're about when we come to this platform. We're about the habitual line steppers. We're about you know producing great content to bring to the audience each time and every time that we go on the air. And I'm sure Roger can attest to that. Correct?
Nothing but the best, brother. Nothing but the best. If we ain't gonna do it if we ain't trying to do it the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's gonna be quite the show here tonight. Yeah, so let's visit the hottest topic I would say today and for the past week. Actually, the Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lanez incident. Okay, so here's what I understand. There was a and shout out to Raining Woman. Um, what I understand about the incident is there was an altercation between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Apparently, the two were dating, and it led to Megan Thee Stallion being shot. So no one really knew about what was going on with it. Nobody really knew about what was going on with the situation, but we have the assumptions as to what happened. So the first thing that we always go to is he shot her. He's a POS. Guy losing his temper over a female, stuff like that. You've been seeing all kinds of stuff like that. What about you, Roger? Have you been seeing anything like that this week?
Yeah, yeah. That's the sentiment that's out there that he's a terrible person. and
Yeah,
shout out to Rain the Woman as well.
yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, but here's the thing. When I first heard about the incident, I said he was done. I was like, "Oh, dude's done. He shot his Megan Thee Stallion." So, and so did my brother-in-law who I was talking to at the time. He said, "Oh, he's done." We just kind of shrugged it off. But yeah, it was the more and more details came out that you found out that there were not really enough details. A third passenger, by the way, if I could get that information during this broadcast, a third passenger was in the vehicle as well. And she was very reluctant to speak on it. She was like, listen up, I don't know what happened, but I'll just say that, I ain't in it, blah blah blah. I ain't had nothing to do with it. And I was like, okay, she doesn't sound like someone whose friend was victimized by a horrible, horrible man. So and then people began to speculate and begin to wonder what the kind of thing the kind of what really happened, that there might have been a small possibility that maybe it may not have been all his fault. But see, here's the thing, the whole gun thing. He still shot her in the foot. So that's still looks pretty indisputable, right? Still looks pretty bad.
Depend. It depends, honestly, because you said that you and someone you spoke with thought he was done
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
exactly what it is. I don't think he done it at all. I think the man finna have more street cred, and I think women gonna like him more. Or the sisters are gonna like him more. And I'm pretty sure this is not gonna hurt his career if he doesn't wind up in too much legal trouble. His issue gonna be the legal trouble. If the legal trouble get him, he probably done. But if he can get around that legal trouble, I think he might be all right.
Maybe. You know, the power of lawyers and shit, you know. So anyway, you know, more details begin to come out, and you know, so finally today, something broke. At first, it broke on MTL News, and everybody was like, you know, dismissing it. MTL News, that's like, you know, post trash, that you don't believe it. But then it started to break out a little bit everywhere. So let me show you the screen real quick. Let's see. All right, read the headline.
This
Now,
nigga just tell me what to do. No, I'm playing with you, Kel. I'm playing.
I was like, what? That was for the broadcast?
Rapper Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion into self defense. She attacked first. Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. This is done by this newspaper named celebsu.com. Now, if you just type it in Google search, they got all kinds of articles like this. But you know, just going to bring up a couple points. First of all, we were all ready to throw Tory Lanez under the bus if this is true, and it looks like it's pretty true. Like no one's came out denied it, had a rebuttal or anything. Not as of yet. You know, which could still happen. Which could still happen, but it was just like this. It's just like this. It was the mentality, you know. We were like I said, we were all ready to throw him under the bus, call him an emotional man, you know, attack his height. You know, I know you saw the meme with his face chopped on the midget with the gun. I mean, well, the little person with the gun. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I use it. I use it in my community tab because you know, I myself, I mean, first instinct, I thought he was guilty. A gun was involved, a female, shit. It's like, damn, you don't use guns with females, man. What the hell? But it's according to this, and reports have been coming out, he acted in self defense. Now,
Did he now? Did he?
mm,
I'm just gonna say that's interesting.
yeah, let's read
I'm
what
not
this.
necessarily buying the story either way. You know, it could have totally been in self defense. I'm just wondering if I shoot a woman in the foot, would they let me ride with self defense? That's just kind of struck my mind. But I mean, to say that she wouldn't start a fight with a man, I didn't see plenty of women start a fight with men, so I can't say he wasn't doing it in self defense.
Yeah, even the
Shooting the foot
article.
might have been a little extreme, but man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Yeah, and then like even the article itself says, before you laugh, let's keep in mind that Tory Lanez is only 5'3" and weighs 120 pounds. Megan Thee Stallion is much bigger, and that Tory, by contrast, she is over 6 feet tall into heels and weighs close to 200 pounds. Look at Tory's booking sheet, which shows his true height and weight, which brought about the chop. You know, with the whole midget thing, and I'll show it subsequently during this broadcast. But I have a little video package that I put together. Roger, are you ready to check this video out?
Hey, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I didn't know Tory was that short though.
Yeah, me neither, man. That's pretty, like 5'3" is pretty small.
Yeah,
like not that we're demoralizing short guys or whatever, but 5'3" is pretty small for it's small for a woman. So
No, I mean 5'3" is close to average height for women. It's like 5'3", 5'4" is for like average height for women. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with a guy being 5'3". I don't even want people to think I'm even insinuating or implying that. There's nothing wrong with a guy that's 5'3". 5'3" is 5'3". It is what it is.
Yeah, 5'3". I mean, yeah.
Shout out to Roguish Billmonger. Out there as well.
Oh, okay.
And Southeast stuff.
Oh yeah, both of them in the house. What's up, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we have a very good and interesting broadcast this evening, sir. Thanks for tuning in. 5'3" is pretty small with a person close to 200 pounds. That that look like she can go. So I mean, self-preservation, I guess. You ain't gonna let yourself get choked up by anybody bigger than you. But I mean, people still feel like this since he was a guy that the gun was a little extreme. Now, what do you feel like he was somewhat justified? I'm,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
I'm gonna go with the gun was a little
if
extreme.
I'm looking at it, if he's 120, if he's only 120, and see the information said that she's 6 feet with heels, so I don't even know whether she's 6 feet without the heels or whatever the case is. But if she's about 200 pounds, I mean, honestly, if you start a fight, you can't trip about how the person going to try to win the fight. You started a fight with a person. If he uses a gun and shoots you in the foot, and you really tripped that he shot you in the foot, you started a fight with him. So I can't say it's not excusable. Point blank, period. If somebody started a fight with me and I happen to have a gun and I shoot them in the foot instead of somewhere else, that's not like I'm trying to kill him or anything. I'm just trying to win the fight.
So, to quote Megan Thee Stallion, why you want to fuck with me? You know I'm undefeated.
Hmm?
Sounds like he was.
Whoa.
Well, let me quote Mystical real quick. Not even Bruce Lee could whoop a bullet's ass.
Yeah, the whole situation is wild as shit. If she's out here really fighting aggressive with this man, yeah, he's a little nigga. He's a little nigga known for getting out of control, and he shot you in the foot. So as far as I'm concerned, if you were the aggressor, you were the one who popped off and did this shit, and you got shot in the foot, that nigga was being kind to you. He did you a service.
Mm-hmm. For all that savagery.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like that too. I can't justify somebody trying to beat up somebody else for no reason. I can't justify that. So, them pulling out a gun and shooting you in the foot is kind of being nice about it.
Okay, all right, guys. Well,
So,
hold on.
hold on. Now, I missed it, and maybe there's some other lay people that popped into the room. Can you tell me what the story is? Because I have no idea what the fuck happened.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll just kind of focus on this headline. I'll come out. I can. Okay, it just says rapper Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion into self-defense. She attacked first. So let me see what the article says. Let's see. Says that Tory may claim self-defense against Megan to avoid going to prison for attempted murder. Let's see. He explains what happened the night of the shooting. He claims he spoke with both Tory and Megan's friends. They all confirmed what happened. Adam claims that Megan was drunk and became jealous when Kylie Jenner started flirting with Tory, whom she had been dating. Megan then, according to Adam, became violent and began attacking Tory. Adam claimed that. That's what the claim is.
I mean, if the claim is legit, I mean, first of all, she should have been mad at Kylie if she really thought something was going to go on. Wasn't no point to attack Tory anyway. But again, my position is if you start a fight, you know what I'm saying, you can't trip that the other person won. Now Tory technically won by taking out a gun and shooting in the foot if all this is true. But can I really blame him for shooting in the foot? That don't sound like murder to me. Don't sound like he was trying to kill anybody. But if he's only 120 pounds, she is 200 pounds. It still does make a difference. And then you got the ego factor of him being a man. He ain't about to lose no fight to no woman.
Yeah, I mean, this is Harlem Nights all over it. Nigga, bitch, I can do something to you. I'm not playing with you. I carry this pistol. What's the deal? Oh, okay. You think I'm for play? Pow, pinky toe gone.
All right, Donnie. Well, speaking of, I have some video footage here of that. If not the incident itself, but it puts you in the mind of the incident. Roll footage. Let's see.
Nigga, you hit like a bitch. You gonna have to learn to respect me. And the next time
You crazy bitch.
You wanna hit people with garbage cans. Now I got to cut you.
Better put that razor away. I ain't playing no more. You put that fucking razor away, I'm gonna blow your goddamn pinky toe off.
Oh, now you're gonna shoot me in my pinky toe.
I'm not playing with you. I will blow that little black, gnarled, crusty, dead motherfucker the fuck off your foot. Now put the razor away.
You must be crazy to pull your gun on me.
You gonna be the nine-toe having this limping this bitch in Harlem. You don't stop fucking with me. Now put the razor away.
Well, go ahead. Shoot it in. There it is. Shoot. Quick, go ahead. Take your best shot. Oh. Now,
Man, I wish I could chop and make
What?
these videos, man.
Now, can we confirm or deny that that's actually Tory? And and man, because he gave him a warning.
I mean, he did.
I bet you that's exactly what happened. He gave that motherfucker a warning, and she was calling every goon in Houston she knew.
But
Okay,
you know,
that's Tory and Meg. So I guess that we're gonna have to deny that was actually footage of Tory. You know,
we can't
Meg Thee
confirm,
Stallion.
we can't confirm the likeness, but you know, we can guarantee that some almost similar happened in this, and you know, just but you know,
See, now I can get behind the shoot her summer up 2020. I can get behind that now. Bitch, you doing some extra shit, I'm gonna shoot your summer up.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, but like for real though, let me ask y'all a question. If it wasn't for the gun being a factor, do you think she could have got with him, like really hurt him,
Yeah,
like put him in a rear naked choke?
yeah,
Like yeah, face turned purple and all that shit, humiliated. See, here's one of the points I'm trying to make. You know, we were ready to throw Tory Lanez under the bus, like in a serious fashion. You know, we
not me.
cancel him.
Society, yes.
Yeah, society cancel him, end his career. He a punk ass, whatever. You know, he ain't shit. And then you know, Megan Thee Stallion, she even put out that little black women aren't protected. You know, she's traumatized by this. But then you know, you find out that she was the one that actually you know tried to throw the blows. You know what is the kind of thing that leads to such a mentality? Do we are we as men to blame for that kind of thing? Do we I would say
yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're to blame because we've been coddling these bitches for far too long. So now they expect this shit all the damn time.
Oh, for real.
And that's the problem.
Like think about this. They fighting in public and she throw him in the garbage can. That man's career will be over then because he'll never be able to go anywhere and show his face. We will take this man for a joke. Now, you know, if he get out that garbage can and then lay her to waste, then he wrong because he a dude. I'm not saying here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying beat bitches. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that all the other stuff. But I do have the right to say, you know, nobody should be putting their hands on anyone. Period. You know. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna throw this out there. At the end of the day, it's possibly that she can beat him. Now, I will say sometimes women need to understand that men have egos, and even if you messing with a dude that's a lot smaller than you, the dude might win just off pure ego alone because he don't want to live with the fact that he got whooped by no woman. Because that's a hard thing for men to deal with because people don't like to let that go if it happens. So nigga might find a way to win regardless. Now, my thing is, yeah, he had a gun. Yeah, he shot in the foot. But if she started to fight, my thing is, so what? She shouldn't have started the fight. Don't start a fight. She can't win.
Yeah, she was playing games. That whole
You shouldn't start.
The whole situation is crazy, and I'm
Well,
gonna
I
tell
think
you this: people know what 200 pounds looks like on a man. That's a big dude, right?
Mhm.
When you see a woman, you be like, "Oh, she's thick as hell." You're not realizing she's 200 pounds. 200 pounds is 200 pounds. So if you tussling with a motherfucker that's 200 pounds, 200 pounds is 200 pounds. And you're supposed to also tussle with this 200-pound person and still somehow be delicate with them. I pulled a woman off of another woman that was 200 pounds. I almost had to deck that bitch because the bitch was strong as shit. I had to take the kid glove off, and then I would have been wrong. So you have to understand, he's in a position with a chick that's way bigger than him, 200 pounds. This thing's gonna have to use some real nigga force in order to get her up off me. I don't know what the situation was, but chances are, if she swung on him or if she was swinging on him, and he had a pistol in grip. I mean, well, then it is what it is.
Yeah, let me give y'all a little picture right here. The last time that I was 5'3", 120 pounds, that's his size. I was sick in the hospital with leukemia, 15 years old. You know.
Is he really 120 pounds?
Yes, 5'3", 120 pounds.
Yeah, that's all the reason he needed to shoot her ass.
That man would dislocate his shoulder if he ran into a wall wrong. That's how small he is. And he one of them hot heads too. I mean, like, I'm not saying that just because he's short, because I've seen a couple videos where they go in on him for being a short hot head guy. But see,
I mean that might be true, but my bad. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
No, but I was just gonna say is that's why we should always wait till all the facts come out. It already looked pretty bad, but this coming out right now, it looks kind of, I don't know. Should he have ran? Was it his vehicle?
Being that he was 120 pounds, I really do understand why he shot her. I mean, to be honest with you, that's a big bitch. That shit, we call her Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, for real though. Hey, let me give y'all this picture. Okay, remember the assassin in Belly? Like, remember her? Like the one that killed old. Oh, I'm the Rod Scott Bumba. I'm the Don Dada. That guy. She killed the one that killed him.
Yeah, Keita.
Yeah, her Keita versus Tory Lanez. Who you think's gonna win that fight? Straight up, fisticuffs.
Man, that's a hard road for him to toe. I'm gonna keep it real.
Come on, man.
This my thing. Regardless of you male or female, if you 200 pounds, that's a fight. That, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't play with nobody 200 pounds in no fighting situation. That ain't nothing to play with. 200 pounds is a good amount of weight if somebody's actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? So now my thing is, which way did Tory Lanez have to come out looking good? If he just takes a beating from her, he look bad because he took a beating. He shot in the foot. He gonna look bad because he shot in the foot. Okay. If he runs away, he looks bad because he ran away. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way for him to come out of this looking good. Period. Just ain't no way for the brother.
He barely look good now though. He barely look good now.
Now I'm saying he really don't, because people gonna still say, "Well, dude, you still pulled out a gun and you shot. You didn't have to do all that." That's what people gonna say. It wasn't no way for him to look good in this one. So if you ain't gonna look good, I mean, well, I look at it like this. You know what I'm saying? If somebody started a fight with you, you might as well win. You didn't start it. You're self-defense. You don't really need to take all that much concern about how the other person's gonna come out, because they started the fight. If someone starts to fight with you, you have the right to win. That's your right. You didn't bother them; they bothered you.
Man, that's why I gotta take pictures with her sitting down. Right. I mean, it's already enough to deal with that on that end, but still. What about you, Donnie? Would you? Hey, let me make y'all aware of this though. According to California law, he could win the case if they prove self-defense. That means she just got a hole in her foot. If that's the case. But if he doesn't win, he could go down for attempted murder.
I don't think that's going to be an issue because the rumor is that they're together, and if they're dealing with each other, even if what they're claiming isn't true, they're going to stick with that story so he won't get in real trouble. See, one thing about a lot of people who like abusive men, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he is abusive, but if that were the case, women still protect those men from legal repercussions in plenty of cases. So let's say he was this terrible, abusive guy, you know what I'm saying? That's just a horrible person. Well, more than likely she'll protect him anyway. And if that's the case, they're gonna go with this story, so he won't really have to deal with serious legal repercussions if there's a way for him to miss him. And that's just a reality we got to deal with. But my thing is he shot her in the foot. Now, if it's me, I feel like if you gotta whoop your woman, whether you shoot her, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get into a fight with her, whatever the case is. To me, that's automatic grounds for breakup. If I got to hit you, we're done. The relationship over with at that point. That's the way I look at it.
I'm curious to see where she goes if she goes back. But like I said, I don't blame that nigga from shooting her. 200 pounds is 200 pounds. You 120 pounds. And you got to look up at the bitch. You've lost every ounce of that fight.
Matter of fact, I'm sure every person who's listening to this, whether they catching it live or on a replay, I'm pretty sure most of us have been 120 pounds. Be real with yourself. Would you want to fight somebody 200 pounds
Nigga,
if you're only 120?
I was probably
looking
70 when
for.
I was 120 pounds. Come on, man. Come on. I was 7 the last time I was 120 pounds. Like, that's just not where it is in the game. Like, I think when I was in junior high school, I was 170 pounds and I look like a stick figure. So 120 pounds? Not possible.
Right. You talking about fighting a 200-pound person? That's not a fight I'd be looking for.
You have to understand, when you have professional fighters, when they get into the ring, what are the things that they separate the categories by when these fighters get into the ring? They separate you by what? Weight. So you're not gonna see a 200-pound fighter, right? That's a light heavyweight, get in the ring with a flyweight. I don't care how much skill you got. All it takes is one hit to connect. Wow. Boom. Granted, this is a woman. These niggas is not trained fighters. It's gonna be a tussle. She's gonna smother this nigga.
Hey, let me just I put the link in the chat for anyone who wants to come up here and chit chat with us. So there you go.
Matter of fact, let me throw this out here too, Kev. I mean, do folks remember being a kid? And there's a lot of people who had a big mother. Like, I'm not saying big mama as in grandma, but even that. But you had a big mother. If you was 120 pounds as a kid, and you remember when either one of your parents was 200 pounds, whether it been your father, your mother, you wasn't about to whoop mom or dad and they 200 pounds, and you knew you wasn't about to whoop them at no 200 pounds. That ain't nothing to play with. I'm sorry, at 120 pounds, that is just nothing to play with if you only 120. So my thing is, Tory had no way to come out looking good as far as the people who gonna want to trash him, because okay, let's say he get into a fight with her and he lose. He look bad for losing. He get into a physical fight with her and he wins. People gonna say, well, you shouldn't have hit her, it's just a woman, regardless of the fact that she's 200 pounds. Yeah, he done shot her. People gonna say, well, you used too much force. Why'd you have to pull out a gun? You know what I'm saying? That ain't no real man. You know what I'm saying? If he'd ran away, people would have laughed at him for running away, saying he ain't no man at all, blah, blah this, blah, blah that. You know what I'm saying? And that would have definitely hurt his music career. So it wasn't really no way for him to come out really looking good at this. And I think what he has done, honestly, will give him more street cred. Women will like him more because he's that much more aggressive when it comes to our community. I'm not talking about folks outside our community, but it's going to be a lot of women that's going to like him a whole lot more because he's going to seem a whole lot more gangster. And now they're going to be into his music and go into his concerts even more. So he probably actually did the best thing for his career.
I mean, he's late. He's established. He's not a motherfucker to be played with, regardless of his height. He's not something to be played with. I also want to bring up, and it's a little quick jab at Roger, but Tory Lanez is only about 10 pounds lighter than Bruce Lee. So motherfuckers like this, they're not really putting no work in. But
I'm gonna let that go on this broadcast.
They might be the same height, but no. He's established. He's not to be fucked with. I remember when the whole Tory Lanez versus everybody beef was popping off, where he was getting into diss records with everybody. It was a dude named Dax in LA. Dax made a diss record, and it was pretty crafty. Tory Lanez pulled up on dude, had dude beat up inside the club. Dude took off outside the club, and then you just cut to a video of the dude making an apology to Tory Lanez while Tory's sitting in his car on some Don shit. So, this man is pretty much established. He's not to be fucked with. He's going to do something. He's going to get you got. And shooting his girlfriend in the foot, just more things to the legend. I don't think this shit will hurt him at all.
Yeah, David Monroe, the hood conservative, said a couple of mistakes and a new hot girlfriend and Tory career will be fine. But Meg got that Della Reese foot. She can't stallion like she used to.
Oh yeah, niggas gonna be dicing her up for the next 6-7 years. Anytime, because women are very competitive, so women are gonna be trying to go for this throne, this crown of hip hop queendom, and they're gonna be tearing her foot up for the next 6 years.
That make it very difficult to twerk.
That foot issue ain't never going away. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. That foot, as long as she got a music career, that foot thing ain't going away.
Hey, y'all want to know why? Well, let me show y'all. Hold on one second. All right, boom.
Hit like a bitch. You're gonna have to learn to respect me. And the next time
You crazy bitch.
you wanna hit people with garbage cans. Now I got to cut you.
Better put that razor away. I ain't playing no more. You put that fucking razor away, I'm gonna blow your goddamn pinky toe off.
Oh, now you're gonna shoot me in my pinky toe.
Playing with you. Blow that little black, gnarled, crusty, dead motherfucker the fuck off your foot. Now put the razor away.
You must be crazy to put
Man.
a gun on me.
You're gonna be the nine-toe having
Tory.
bitch and holler. Stop fucking with me. Now put the razor away.
Well, go ahead. Shoot, hit it.
Meg.
Shoot, quick, go ahead. Take your best shot.
Tory.
He shot nigga.
Oh shit. Oh.
And it's really sad. I really believe that's how this shit went. He's 120 pounds, so she probably couldn't hit him. He was like, "Get off me." He probably hit him with a little stiff one, and she was like, "Nigga, that's all you got?" And he had to pull out the pistol and shoot her ass. Like, you pushed this nigga into shooting you. All of that girl summer shit got your foot shot.
I said that might how it happened. That's all we gonna say. That might have been how it happened.
Yeah.
Well, let me play Captain Obvious for one moment. Why she trying to fight niggas with loaded guns?
I bet you she didn't know that nigga had a loaded gun, or at least she didn't think he would use it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, she knew she had.
This is a black woman from Texas, right? I don't know which part of Houston she's from, but a lot of them is hard-headed as fuck. And I've seen regular ass chicks from regular around the way, black chicks, to where you tell them that there's gonna be consequences for their actions. Motherfucker pull a gun or do some shit, and what do they say? Oh, you gonna shoot me? You not gonna shoot me? You a pussy. You ain't. And boom, bullet goes into foot. tweet, black women don't protect black women.
Let me give a message to sisters out there who feel unprotected. Okay. First of all, I don't believe you when you riding around with a shooter, and Tory is obviously a shooter if he shot her. So don't tell me he ain't unless it come out that he didn't. But when you riding around with shooters, you are protected. Point blank, period. You got a shooter right there with you. But real talk, don't start fights with people with guns. It's just not a good idea. I'm sorry, it's just not a good idea. Somebody should have taught you this when you was a kid, maybe your parent. But if a person has a loaded gun, that is the last person you should just randomly decide to start a fight with. I'm just saying.
I agree with that. You know, they say you can't take a knife to a gunfight. You can't take a finger and through a gunfight either. Finger and some cuss words and shit. I think she took some hands too, so that kind of made your boy panic, being as frail as he is.
The nigga's 120 pounds, 120 fucking like this nigga. Basically, my son is a year old. Him and this nigga weigh the same.
Let me say this just to give some type of context. Let's say he was 220 and I was 300. Okay, I still got an 80-pound difference. We're both big dudes at this point. The nigga still got a gun. I ain't finna start a fight with him. I'm just saying.
Here's the difference between 220 and 300. That's a lot of weight, right? So in order for you to carry that weight, there's got to be some muscle with it. At 120 pounds, that nigga, he probably, if he took his shirt off, he would look like Skeletor.
Well, Skeletor had more muscle though. Like he just had the skull face. So Skeletor probably still,
okay. At 100,
man had that blue body, man. Like
the majority of his body weight is hair plugs, into my nigga, and bone. That's all that nigga is. So if he put a punch at Megan Thee Stallion, who has to walk around with 220, good luck to you, Playboy. Good luck to you. Man, I'm telling you, that punch didn't do shit.
That man gained weight with his first tattoo. That's how like that dude is, man. Like seriously.
I had no idea this nigga was 120 pounds. This is ain't that about a bitch?
But imagine if he would have came to his boys and be like, man, man, she whooped my ass, man. I ain't know what to do. So,
This it's funny because I remember a video of him and Travis Scott getting into it. And I remember being like, damn, he punked that nigga. He really hold that nigga out. Because him and Travis Scott got into it. He was like, we can clear this room. We can get into it. We can do something. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, yeah, this nigga's with chicks. But knowing he's 5'3", 120 pounds, that nigga knew the cameras was on. That nigga knew the cameras was on him and how this would look later on. 120 pounds? Nigga, 120 pounds? So either you have a issue with eating food, like is this nigga being fed through a tube? I'm trying to figure out how you are a grown man at 120 pounds.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but David Monroe, the hood server, says he wasn't a shooter until he met her. Well, she still knew he had the gun. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, there's no way this nigga's a keeper else. Hold on, wait a minute. Where did you get these heights from? This height and weight from?
Well, I'm just gonna say that man got tested and he obviously passed. That's all I'm gonna say. He tested the man, he passed. He's a shooter.
The nigga's 120 pounds. My dog weighs more than that.
Hey man, but still though, like he went with like one problem he probably faced with him being that little man. They always like put him up in like versus matches with little niggas. Like there's like, man, I wonder who win in a fight between Tory Lanez and Bow Wow. Like, like that, he been facing that shit, man.
I'm thinking of Emmanuel Lewis, nigga.
That motherfucker, like for real though, Emmanuel Lewis get him, man, because I heard he got a serious disposition, man. Like seriously. Like cussing bitches
Well,
out.
I'm gonna say this,
Hollywood
man.
like them little niggas though, man. Hollywood like them real small.
You know, big
Well,
boy.
if he 120 pounds, you might as well expect him to shoot. What is he gonna do in from sort of self defense aspect if he's 120 pounds? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he was like maybe a boxer or some type of trained fighter, it'd be a little bit different. But he's just a regular dude
Bruh,
and he 120 pounds. What do you expect?
even if he was a professional fighter at 120 pounds, he might be able to hit some angles on her ass, throw a whole lot of punches. But it's like hitting a heavy bag at the end of the day. My nigga, you hitting a
Yeah.
200-pound heavy bag. You can't hit her in the face if he's not gonna be able to reach her. So he's hitting all body and rolling around her, and she just probably taking the shit, grab him by the head, and throw him across the room. Nigga, it's not gonna work.
Man, let me
120
tell you something.
pounds is 120 pounds.
Let me tell you something. How do you feel in a world where everybody look like Mike Tyson to you? Like that's that nigga right there.
Wow. Oh, what's up, Stoic One? Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, peace out the Stoic One. I saw Mahogany Roots and MJ in the chat. How you doing? How's everyone? And we're discussing we're discussing Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, but really the underlying theme is fighting and abuse among genders in the Black community and how we look at it and how it's viewed. And should we take a second look at this, in light of what happened with, how many more situations are, Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, where, guys are taking it on the chin, literally.
Well, I mean, this should be the end of their relationship because it had to go to a place of violence. I kind of feel like it's not gonna happen that way. But at the end of the day, he a 120-pound man. If I'm bothering a 120-pound man, I can just about expect that man to shoot at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who the other person is, because he's still only 120 pounds. So my thing is, their relationship is their relationship. If it takes him to shoot her in the foot to keep her in check, because that's that man's relationship. She signed up for it. She coming home to it, whatever the case is. Man, I ain't got no problem with them having those type of issues with each other. I don't have no problem with that. I can't tell that man how to run his woman. Now, I wouldn't go to shoot my woman in the foot, but who am I to tell him not to shoot his woman in the foot? I can tell him my ideology is bad, but that's about as far as I go, because he can't tell me how to run my woman the same way I can't tell him how to run his woman.
Every single nigga that has ever been told, you know what, you too short. You too little for me. It's not gonna happen. Right now, that nigga is smiling. That nigga has a smile across his face and just thinking to me, thank you, Tory. Thank you, Tory, for getting get back from every one of us that was clowned by a tall bitch. Not only did you smash, but you shot that bitch in the foot. Thank you, Tory. Thank you.
Shoot, he had to stand up in it. That's the expression.
Well,
You gotta
everybody is saying that she might actually be a tranny. So, I mean, he could have been taking shots from a dude. You know what I mean?
Thank you, thank you for bringing that up because let me look it up. Let me look that article up real quick because rapper Cameron is under fire because he said something like to that effect about Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, let's see.
I don't think she's no tranny. I
don't think she is either.
I ain't gonna take it that far.
Look,
this nigga Money
here,
Bag Yo was fucking her for a minute.
Here in the South, man, these people is getting these medical procedures done on them, where you really can't tell, man. Like okay, they say Atlanta is black gay capital and everything, but dude, Texas is coming up under that, man. They're heavy out here, dog. Real heavy. And it's like, really, you be looking and you don't know if it's a dude or a chick, so you don't look. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day in the 90s, you look and you think you see a fine chick, and you look and you looking hard like, damn, yeah, but now, you know what I'm saying? If that ambiguity is there, I'm gonna make sure I don't even look. Just not even gonna put that image in my head. You know what I mean?
So let's just be honest. Megan Thee Stallion, if we was really just to give her a rating on looks, she about a 7.5 or 8, right? But
Yeah.
because she got that celebrity glamours brought her up to what is considered a
No, she ain't no 8. Boy, she is 6 at
I
the
mean,
most.
I mean, I can look.
dime.
I can look past the cartoon face. I can look past that. Like, I
I
can
give
say
I
that.
give her an 8 because I know she got body, but she's
Yeah.
also your slim, cute, fine girl's friend who's a little bit jealous. That's who Megan Thee Stallion is. She just happened to hit it big and start rapping. So I automatically, I really do believe that she was probably trying to get with that nigga because she's the big bitch that always had to fight her whole life. All my life I has to fight. That's who that big bitch is. That's a harpo bitch out here getting ignorant motherfuckers. But she also seems to have low self esteem. You got to remember when motherfuckers rumors was flying around. What did she do? She got up there with that white dude on Instagram. What's his name? G-Eazy.
Easy.
Yeah, it was all hugged up and looking
So
up.
it ain't
That
safe.
bitch
It ain't
got
safe.
low self esteem. They passed her all the way the fuck around. She just happy to have a motherfucker with some money say, "I'll dick you down."
Mm.
Hey,
Right, that's
I'll be
Hollywood.
right back, y'all. I gotta go put some clothes in the washing machine, but I gotta take some clothes out the washing machine, put them in the dryer, and I gotta take some clothes out the dryer and fold them up. But it ain't 120 pounds worth of stuff, so it shouldn't take me that long
All right, sir. Yes.
to get it
All right.
done. You know.
But yeah, no. My whole thing is she clearly is a chick with some problems, and this is just a reflection of that. And this is gonna go on for a minute. The whole battle that's gonna come from this is he didn't have to use that much force. He didn't have to do all that, and we're gonna completely ignore and neglect the fact that she did some bullshit that got her shot to begin with.
Mm. You never know. They were inside the confines of a car. She could have tried to take the gun from him.
I thought they had got started fighting. They said they got started fighting at the party, right? So
Yeah.
you don't know if she pieced this nigga up in front of some people. They already in front of other millionaires and stuff. So it's
I
like
bet you,
Raj said, you
I
got
bet you
that
that nigga
ego
shot her
factor.
ass and then got her in the car to take her to the hospital.
And
much
that
you
would
want
be
that?
some
The
gangster
story's
shit. Be like,
around.
look, like sit your ass down, and now we finna go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she was walking.
You was
She
doing
was,
too much. Get in the car. Come on, I'm gonna take you to the hospital right now. Come on.
she was still walking on that motherfucker though. According like the footage that showed her held her hands up, she was still walking on it.
Then they say that it was shots in the car though, right? That's what I read. I read it was shots
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah. We're just being in a small confined space like that. That's scary to anybody.
What they say she was shot with?
That nigga probably had about it could have been a 40, so it had to be a 9, probably a 9mm, something of a smaller caliber, because she was walking, she wasn't bleeding out. Because had she been hit with like a 45, that'd have been a wrap for her ass. It'd been a big ass hole in her foot, and she'd have
I
just been
mean,
bleeding out.
no, but I'm saying them little rap niggas are always hollering about, you know what I'm saying, the 40 to 40. So more than likely he gonna have a piece that's fashionable, you know what I'm saying, to the culture.
So what are you talking about? What you trying to tell you? You trying to overcompensate?
Nah, you got to think this nigga's 120 pounds, so that recoil is a motherfucker. I wouldn't be surprised if they came back and was like, "Yeah, he shot her with a 380."
Man, like that midget in Pirates of the Caribbean when he let loose that gun and he flew back.
Yeah.
Because
That's Tory Lane right there.
I'm 6'1". 6'1". I'm like 230, right?
Yeah.
I have a 40 cal. When I walk around with my 40 cal and I don't want to be concealed, I can kind of get away with it, but you can still see the bulge for the most part. This
Right.
nigga's 120 pounds with skinny jeans.
Yeah, true that.
So he's not carrying a large caliber. He might have, like, let's be honest, the nigga, like, I wouldn't be shocked if they came back and said, yeah, she was shot in the foot. What kind of round was it? It was a 380 ACP. Come again, say what?
I don't want
Yeah.
anybody.
You get the
Man. Dude.
Now, the first time I heard it though, it's like okay, these celebrities, they've been, you know what I'm saying, putting themselves out there. I think also they've been creating a buzz. You've been hearing about, Will and Jada, them getting into it. If you get like maybe two 2 to 3 more instances of celebrities having such type of friction, I'm thinking this shit is on some publicity type shit. I don't think I don't and just dealing with celebrities, I don't think they do nothing like random because they know how to live a life where it's just some plain shit going on where you don't hear about them. But
Well, you
I
know,
don't know.
Tory Lanez handled that right because usually in Hollywood, that most of these people have they're like fixers, right? So you call this number and you say something's happened, and at that point in time, they will come and get you and they'll fix it. So, but maybe maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe they weren't headed to the ER because the ER you come in with bullet wounds, they gonna call the police because they want to full force. Maybe that's where they were headed. But this nigga, two niggas in the car just speeding down the street. Of course they're gonna get pulled over in LA. It's a lot to it, but I don't think that a lot of these situations are staged. I think it's just fucked up timing. Like the August Alsina, Will Smith, I don't think that shit was that. Like I don't think that's gonna benefit them in no way, shape, or form.
It benefits them because they get press.
Yeah, but see, August Alsina
And
he get press.
well,
So he
well, no,
may come up with
all of them is getting press because remember, in this day and age, views count as currency. So
views do count as currency, but you have to also look at people's celebrity and what kind of celebrities they are, right? So if you look at Will Smith, he's always been the more or less wholesome, family-friendly action star type guy. All three of these categories make him look crazy as hell when their story come out. So do you want basically a dude who potentially is a sexual deviant in your kid show? Do you want this dude who's a cut being your superhero? I mean, to me, it's an L for him. Yeah, it's a win for August Alsina, but it's an L for Will Smith. I don't think he would want that to come out.
I don't think that's an L for him. I don't think so because the thing is, in an aspect of his stance in it, he did not he did nothing wrong. And the way that Jada came off, she looked like a damn Disney villain. You know what I'm saying?
Or a villain from Gotham.
Yeah,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? It's like damn near cold hearted and just like I did it. And
so the initial drop of the story, you remember August Alsina said Will Smith paid this, right? I think when they came out with the red table talk, a lot of that was to clear the air, which I think they did a pretty good job on it. They downplayed a lot of shit and sidestepped it. The conversation is more about the word entanglements than actually what happened. But when this first came out, when this first broke, the story was Will Smith sat down with August Alsina and told him, "Yeah, it's cool if you can fuck my wife."
Okay, yeah, but that was that dude's. I don't like saying his name. His name is so soft. That was that dude's account of it, right? And so
yeah, but that was the only story we had at the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I in the aspect of dealing with press, dealing with Hollywood, and also dealing with the public, and where the public is, kind of starved for entertainment, even though they're not taking in their regularly scheduled doses of entertainment. I think just the fact that they're able to be into the lives of these entertainers as such, I think that is actually, becoming the new entertainment. Fuck the movies and the TV shows. So just put that drama or that life out there, and you attach it to Twitter, you attach it to Facebook views, YouTube views, and that's money right there. So, I mean, that's a win-win. Even though it might be a negative look, for the time being, it's not going to stay that. You know what I'm saying? Because these people have scandals all the time that people forget about within, a year and a half, 2 years, or the scandal bug hops away from this celebrity onto the next one, and so the other one is in the clear.
Hopefully, it does correct, because I sure would like to see Will Smith in Fast and the Furious Miami. I mean, Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys 4.
He said that's true, man. So they gonna make a 4, huh? They gonna make a 4.
Yeah, that's where he came in with that bullshit ass ending. Do you want to be a help? I'm gonna call Dom Toretto. I mean, I'm gonna call his friends and get you up out of here.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Just want to remind that everybody in the viewing audience, my community tab is open, so just check my community tab often to see if different stuff is in it, plus including other live broadcasts as the habitual line steppers might be participating in, such as shout out to the Breakdown a Woman's Perspective. There's sometimes, and especially Roger, has a tendency to appear on that show as well. So just make sure you keep in mind to always check out my community tab and any of your favorite YouTubers in this space with a community tab. You'll find some pretty interesting things there. So, all right, let's continue with the conversation. Okay, guys. Let me ask you a very personal question. Have you ever had to deal with a domestic situation of any kind, or it seemed like it was finna get close to that?
Certainly, I've hit a bitch with my car.
Oh shit! Can you tell us a story, Donnie? Can you tell us that story?
It really was out at a party, and the chick was getting out of pocket. She wouldn't get from in front of my car. She was swinging, trying to hit the car, and I was like, "Bitch, move! I'm not going any. Move! What you gonna do? You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me in the car? You gonna hit? One more warning. Move!" And I let off the gas. I'm sorry, I let off the brake. So I wasn't really going fast. That motherfucker wasn't stopping. She hit and hit the ground. I stopped it, and she was rolling. Huh, he tried to get me. It reversed and kept on rolling.
Damn. So Karen wouldn't have a chance with you, would she?
Oh no, she wouldn't have no damn chance. But this was a sister, but it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I was just referencing to all the Karen parking lot incidences that's happening.
Oh.
So Karen, stay out of Donnie's way. That's all I'm saying.
For real, they getting way out of pocket. I don't know what got these pilgrim chicks feeling themselves, but
I think it's something that is always, that is all because they can. Basically, that's what it is, because they can, because they know that they can do it with impunity to God. Think about it though. If they even yell and there's a group of guys around, them guys are going to be cheering our on in some kind of way. Either that or they're going to be snickering and laughing. We justify it all the damn time.
Yeah.
We do. But if we even blink wrong at the chick, they're coming over. Hey, guy. Come on, guy.
You know what? I'll be welcoming the smoke for that shit, but it never happens to me. It never happens to me where pilgrims get out of pocket the way like that, or the chicks. Me personally, I've been wanting that smoke for the longest, because that type of act right needs to be handed out. And most of the time, when the black people even still hand out the act right, they do it politely. You know what I'm saying? They still classy when they do it. And it's like, nah, you're supposed to, get these people to the point to where they're completely destroyed. Not necessarily on the physical beating their ass type of tip, but giving them that energy that shifts their whole paradigm with it,
Yeah, so I can tell you, I've not been in a position that I can think of to where somebody's directly challenged my authority and there's not a fence between us, a barrier or something like that, right? At least not in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
A lot of time when these people do this shit, they think they have a societal protection that's going to help me. Right? So you have a white dude say some stuff. He says some crazy shit, but he sees the cops out the corner of his eye. Mm-hmm. Or he's at your job. He says some slick shit, knowing that he could potentially get you fired. And I'm gonna say this, and this is probably gonna come off real crazy, and somebody's gonna be like, he said this. When a white person says some slick shit to you, don't record it. Fuck record it. Fuck doing all that shit. If you on your job, fuck doing all that shit. You just walk away. Now, I know you're thinking, walk away. Yep, walk away. Wait for the motherfuckers to leave the building, to leave the vicinity,
Yep.
and whoop they monkey fucking ass.
There you go. I
Ain't
was
no
going.
recording. Can't nobody
Yeah.
say, oh, well,
No.
and we need to.
Nope.
It's me and you. It's mano y mano. I removed the barrier. I removed the situation. If you caught me at work, cool. Hey, listen, I can't work for the rest of the day. I'm going to go ahead and leave. Take the badge off, put it down, wait for this motherfucker to come out the stove. Hell, don't fight them in the parking lot. Let them drive away. Follow them a couple blocks. They get out to pump gas. You get out to pump gas. Walk over, knock them the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, well, now at the gas station, I mean, they got cameras and everything. I was always thinking like that was this dude that my ex-wife was working for, and she had came home like 2 weeks in a row, and like what I'm saying, bringing that negative work energy to the home. So I'm like, all right, this motherfucker disturbing my peace now. So I told her, look, all right, I'm gonna follow. You gonna get off work. I'm gonna pull up. Just point to me who it is, and I'm gonna just trail the motherfucker home. You know what I'm saying? And they never met me. Don't know me from a can of paint. Soon as we get to a nice distance, they get out, whoop that ass, jump in my shit and dash. I mean, most of the time, what I'm saying, nobody can really keep their consciousness with an elbow to the temple. Nobody. That's how it goes.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically where it is. A lot of white people do shit because they know that they can put you in a crazy predicament, right? But remove yourself from a predicament. Motherfuckers say, oh, I'm filming. Oh, no, we're at your job. Oh, we're here. The police are here. Cool. You got it right now. I'm going to see you in 20 minutes. You don't know I'm going to see you in 20 minutes, but I'm going to see you in 20 minutes.
The thing is, when you're dealing with them on the job, though, that's actually the easy part because you could just like you can actually like murder them with class on the job. So it's a chess move right there. I'm talking about when you see these motherfuckers getting out of pocket, like at the corner store or something, at the grocery store, and they say they saying something or trying to impede something for someone, and they don't, and the black people just ain't really just sleeping these motherfuckers. They not knocking them out. They got all the validity in the world because these people are overstepping into their personal space. They're verbally abusive, what I'm saying, on the verge of physical abusive, if they're pushing or something, and it's like, why take that? Why not open the can of whoop ass when you everything is actually in your favor as far as it goes for the conditions of of frictionless engagement. Why not?
Yeah, shit. Get with it. Get with it. And then at the end of the day, you could always shoot them in the foot with a 380.
Yeah. So what we're talking about here is basically people do stuff because they can and because they know they can get away with it.
All right, I gotta bounce. I gotta get up in the morning. Lovely show. You ain't shit for watching.
Word. Thanks, Donnie. And yes, that is his channel. You ain't shit for watching. So if you're watching his channel, you ain't shit. But yeah, offer that man a sub. So we keep this habitual line stepper thing growing over here. But yeah, so we're basically in agreement that people do things because they can. So what do you think you can do to that person that thinks that way?
I mean, me personally, okay, I look at it like this. You're dealing with a cultural perspective when you're dealing with, what I'm saying, when you're dealing with pilgrims. We'll say them. You're dealing with a cultural perspective. And their cultural perspective, they just like to agitate the harmony of other things. Just like when they do when you look on the videos and they come into the hood and try those pranks. And then, when brother get ready to smash him, yo, bro, what's the prank? Yo, as if, okay, yeah, so I'm supposed to let this occur. Oh, because you're having fun. And oh, it's not serious to you. but it's serious energy with me, and I'm supposed to stop my serious energy. And you see brothers do that. They be like, "Oh, okay, oh, you just having fun." It's like, nah, wait a minute, man. Where's your self-worth to where you establish to these people that we aren't to be played with? You know what I'm saying? We aren't to be toyed with, and to the point to where they get the lesson to where they at least they do a second thought of doing it again. I mean, and where's it going to come from? It's not going to come from the system. It's not going to come from their peers or anybody, you know what I'm saying, within their village. It's going to have to come from those who they're always agitating. And so, you know what I'm saying, it has to come in the form of an ass whooping.
Mm. Says no other way.
There's no other. I mean, do you know of one?
Financial coercion. You could pay them. I mean,
I mean, but see, the thing is, you want the satisfaction.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
You want that feeling in your stomach to not have to be there. I mean, if you ever look at a video to where brothers just start whooping on the police, you know what I'm saying? Like the police is pigs out of pocket, and he's, you know what I'm saying, overstepping boundaries and stuff.
I've
And you
seen
can
this. I used to see this kind of stuff live in junior high school.
right. And before they start doing it, you see them battling with that energy. You know what I'm saying? You see they're doing things like rubbing their head, you know what I'm saying, almost as if, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? And you know everything in your soul is calling for you to just unload on this motherfucker. Because that's the human thing to do. But we tend to get wrapped up in this whole citizen thing, and we don't think in our humanity. Our humanity wants restitution. Our humanity wants justice in the way that we want it, and that to me, that's the right balanced way at which it's supposed to be accessed. But we tend to try to do this whole citizen thing, and even though they're offending, take their perspective, or take their perspective into weighing over our own. And I think we do ourselves a disservice when we do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We like it's bad when you see the people around us always taking cues from a quote unquote enemy,
Yeah,
as they say.
yeah,
They all black in your face, but you look under their layers, and then you might see a little bit of the enemy. It's like Roger says. We're all raised in white supremacy. Yeah,
right, right.
we're all raised in it. So I mean, some of us got it worse than some of the others around here. You know, but
Yeah, and you know what? It's getting to the point to where it is that social conditioning is eroding. It's eroding,
I
and
mean, it's having a hell of a last stand. I tell you that much.
yeah, it's like I call it the naked light bulb effect.
Uh,
Like if you ever been, what I'm saying, like somebody's house, old folk house, to where they don't have the lampshade on the lamp and the light bulb's just sitting there naked, and you see somebody bump it or you bump it, and then they get really, really, really bright. Well, that's indication that it's getting ready to go out. But it's more powerful than it's ever been. It's too bright to the point where you can't even look in that direction.
oh
But
yeah.
what I'm saying, with any moment, maybe a couple of days later, it's just gonna fizzle out. You know, and I think that's the energy that this is.
Mm. Well, we don't want this energy to fizzle out, though.
No, no, I'm talking about the energy of dealing with the pilgrims. You know what I'm saying, being out
Oh
of
yeah.
pocket as they are.
Oh yeah.
Um, but you know what? Back to your original question and aspect of if I've ever had to domestic situation with the shit. Of course, but I never hit because eh, never really want to hit a chick
Yeah,
because
I should hope, and we should hope not. By the way, over here at the habitual line steppers, we
yeah,
don't we don't condone violence against females. I do, however, condone self defense. So
well, definitely, and that's what it is, self defense. It's like you don't really have to hit a woman. You could just stop her movement. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, my dad never whooped us, but he's 6'8", and all he used to do was just lay on us. Well, I take that back. He whooped us one time with the damn Alpha fraternity paddle. Never
Well,
forget that. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, he whooped us with that shit. But he used to just lay on us. And then when you can't move, it's like you ever been, played as a child and got locked in the folding chair. Like we used to do that, lock each other in the folding chair and to see how long we could take it to where to where you wouldn't wig out.
yeah,
Oh,
we did some crazy shit too. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you lay on your woman or whoever the woman is, she ain't gonna be able to move unless your ass is 120 pounds, 5'3", and she 200. Then that's that's something totally different. But yeah, in the aspect of hitting a woman, never had to hit a woman. All you gotta do is just hold them, bear hug them. They can't move, at the most they can do is probably kick or bite or something. But then you got everything, what I'm saying, free of that danger. All they can do is maybe scream, but you're not hurting them.
Well, I'm actually say this. If a woman starts a fight, it's fine if the man wins it. That's just it. At the end of the day, if you want to start a fight with a dude, because nobody should be starting fights with anybody. But if you start a fight with a guy and he put the food flops on you, you can't be like, well, you a guy, you're not supposed to hit me back. No, you started a fight. So me personally, I'm be like, man, if you start a fight with somebody and just because they mollywop you, don't mean I want to hear your tears. I don't see a problem with a guy winning the fight. She started it, he won. To me, there's no issue. I know a lot of people.
Say he win the fight with what I'm saying, two piece,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm saying, like bow bow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
That's
she out.
legit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not finna trip about dude two piece. I mean, she
Well,
started it, he won. Good enough for me.
mm,
And
You
then,
know
okay, okay. I'm putting you in that situation, not no arbitrary cat. You in that situation, and
what
you know what I'm saying.
if you start a woman starts a fight with me?
And you two pieces, or you have an option to two piece. You gonna do that?
I would personally wouldn't have an issue with that. If you start a fight with me, I'm supposed to win.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you're gonna deal with the men of a family.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to deal with something because she gonna act like she was a victim and I did it for no reason. That's what women do, and majority of the time. Or if let's say something like that were to happen to me in a public place, if there's other guys around, then I gotta fight these other guys because they just gonna jump to her aid regardless. It's not gonna be a good situation for me no matter what.
Well, you know what? My bad. I might be kind of biased because I'm a martial artist. So you know what I'm saying. You not really thinking about putting hands on nobody in a fight. You know what I'm saying, in an aspect of any friction, because it's. I mean, you practice a punch. You know what I'm saying, for 20 years. You're gonna get pretty solid at even the light aspect of that punch. So yeah, I guess so.
No, I mean I get what you're saying, and being a trained fighter is a whole different level than people that's untrained fighters. But my thing is, if I tell any woman, if you start a fight with the guy, you cannot be tripping that he won. You started it. Nobody's supposed to be hitting anybody. We supposed to all be cool.
but
If
they'll
it,
do
if
it anyway.
Yeah, and my thing is, we supposed to be cool, especially if there's somebody you're dealing with. You're supposed to be able to work problems out. We talk about it. We can have disagreements. We ain't got to go to hitting each other. But once you go to hitting somebody, and this how I am. I view, if you're in a relationship, especially if your relationship has to get to the point where you have to hit somebody, your relationship done. Y'all should be through with each other. Now I know people don't necessarily do that. They'll beat on each other, whatever the case is, stay together for years afterward. All that's silly to me. But my thing is, why would you want to fight the person you sleep with? That makes zero sense to me. But if it happens to me, I'm not gonna feel ashamed
Right.
that I beat some woman in a fight that started a fight with me. I'm not gonna have no shame.
Well,
People can be
definitely,
like, oh man,
definitely that. But okay, so you just said the key. You just said the key context. If your relationship gets to the point to where, you know what I'm saying, you put hands on each other. My thing is being preemptive even from the jump of not even selecting someone who would even, you know what I'm saying, take it to that level.
Well, see, I agree with that. I feel like if you see signs that a person is gonna go in a violent direction, you should just move on. You don't have to be in that relationship. That there's no arranged marriages in this country. You can't have an arranged boyfriend and girlfriend. If a woman shows me that she's violent toward me, man, I'm about to break it out of there. Now I would say when I actually had to deal with that situation, because there was one woman that did actually hit me one time. You know, she wanted to fight me, whatever the case is. We arguing, whatever the case is. This when I was younger, and I literally I just hit in the arm one time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even really hit her hard. I just hit in the arm one time. I say,
Give her
what do you
throw.
want to do? I said, do you want to have a fight with me? You know what I'm saying? You really think you're gonna win? Because if you force me into a fight, I'm gonna beat the tie out you and our relationship over with. It's gonna be bad for both of us at the end of the day. Now I know I'm gonna have to deal with the police and all that type of stuff. That ain't gonna be good for me. You're not gonna win, and that ain't gonna be good for you. So we are both about to have a serious problem. Do we really want to go there?
Well, Roger, here's the thing. What does everybody think of you coming out of that situation? And do you care?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't care at all. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. My thing is, I tried to do something the smart way instead of just reacting to the fact that she literally put her hands on me. You know what I'm saying. I basically just gave her like a little warning shot and say, look, how about we just avoid this whole fighting situation because it ain't finna be good for either one of us. If people can't see the intelligence in that, I don't know what to tell them.
Mm.
But
I
I
mean,
wasn't gonna sit there and get whooped
but
on.
but you gotta say, you know, our community is not really known for absorbing logic on that level. You know what I'm saying? And the moniker of being a woman beater, that shit travels like wildfire, even
Like,
if it
like,
didn't occur.
like
You
we
know what I
don't
mean?
like. Let me give you an example. We don't care how talented a musician Ike Turner is, was, whatever. The only thing that we're ever gonna remember Ike Turner for is beating Tina. That's it.
Because he was cold. He was cold with that axe, man. He was. He could write. You know what I'm saying? Ike was dope, man.
Ike was a very talented musician, but no
Yeah.
one fucking cares. No one ever cared that he was a talented musician
Yeah,
because he has that reputation for beating Tina.
he's one of the top
Exactly.
funketeers, man.
It's a strong reputation at that. So that's why I say as a man, you boxed in anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me at the time, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, this was a lot of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Is there a way to possibly handle it better now? Maybe, maybe not. But my thing was I'm not gonna literally have a fight with a chick who's supposed to be my girlfriend. Like that, I couldn't wrap my mind around that. If we gotta fight each other, there's no way we can be together. I can't see that. So my thing was like, let me give you this little warning shot. Let's not escalate this. Let me make you realize you're not gonna win this fight anyway. So sure, you can call the police on me and have me hauled off to jail, whatever the case is, because then I gotta explain the whole story and all that. But understand when they come get me, you're not gonna be in good shape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was me trying to appeal to her logic. And she never tried it again after that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't break up with her immediately at that point. But the how I am nowadays, I would have. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Nowadays, if you touch me, it's over with.
yeah, and that's it. That's the advice I got for young men. If it ever gets to the point where you feel like that's gonna happen, just leave. you know,
Yeah.
just leave if you feel like you have to bring yourself to that point. Now for the viewing audience right now, this is going to be a weekly broadcast. I'm going to be coming in every Thursday night with something. I'm trying to do it between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. If I'm a little late, just know that I'm on Black people time, and I'll try to get better with it. But every Thursday night, I'm going to be coming with the show. I mean, I feel like it's about time this channel had a weekly show. and you'll be seeing people with the likes of Roger Stevens, Donnie from the channel You Ain't Shit for Watching, and Rogish the Buildmonger, who has a YouTube channel himself. So, make sure you subscribe and stay in the loop. And, let's continue the conversation, which is not going to be too much longer. I'm going to give this one a little bit longer, and then we're going to wrap it up. But I wanted to tackle one last thing, the protection thing. Now, not in the way that you think that, they're saying black men are protecting black women, because I don't believe that. I think that's just some petty shit that people say because they don't like true information. I was, just as that was the first thing she used, when she first got shot.
Mm.
And they know they can use that because that's all people say.
For the cliche thing.
Yeah,
you know what? With that whole protection thing, I've been doing some thinking about that, and it seems like they only say that when they get into situations to where to where something is coming at them, right? Something's coming at them, so they're supposed to be corrected, whether it be is representatives of the state, whether it's cats that might be a little bit unruly, or pilgrims that might be a little bit unruly. But usually in the aspect of pilgrims being unruly, it's because they are actually within the area that they live in, right? So it's like, why are you living in that area when you have that type of element there? Like what Tia San Johnson was put on his Facebook, as far with the sister that was getting harassed by the pilgrims, throwing dead squirrels and dog feces and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's like she said that they have been doing that since she moved to that neighborhood. So it's like, in an aspect of black women not being protected, you want to be protected around areas where you're not valued from the jump. So basically, they don't want protection. They want protection in that, not in the aspect of a black man protection. They want protection in the aspect of a fucking guard dog, man. Because they want protection even when they're out of pocket, and they're the source of the out of pockets, and the retaliation comes. So it's more along the line of, like, I tell women all the time, look, if you're purposefully single, you need to be reiterated with the understanding that your protection is supposed to come from your man. It's not supposed to be just random brothers protecting you, because we don't even have a community like that no more. We're not a coagulated village like that to where that's one of the social morals of our interactions. But they seem to want to hold on to some of those traditional social relations while still pursuing that whole individual thing. They only want the protection when some ill shit happen. But in that same area where they want those brothers to protect them, not giving those brothers any respect, not giving those brothers any aspect of value other than the utility of what they want at that time.
Well, see, my thing is, most of it is a bunch of nonsense. Now, I don't know the whole story about the woman with the dead squirrel and the feces being thrown on her plate. I don't know that whole story, so
Yeah,
that may be something that's kind of where she's innocent. I don't know if she did anything wrong. It seems like maybe she's just getting harassed. Somebody like that, okay, I step in to help her out, because
but
she ain't
no.
did nothing.
She had been harassed since she moved in.
No, but I'm saying she didn't do anything to the people that were harassing her. And
No,
that
she
kind,
didn't. No, she didn't. But see, this is the thing. There's a cultural context that black people do not like to attest to when interacting with these pilgrims, and thinking that, okay, well, you know what, the law is supposed to uphold this and the law is supposed to uphold that, and the law is actually engaging through us through a pilgrim as cultural context. And we look at it as if it's supposed to be arbitrary, like it say it is, but it doesn't exhibit itself like that. So with that aspect of,
I'm not arguing that point. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing that point. What I'm saying is, as a person, if I know she didn't do anything to anybody and they're just bothering her for no legitimate reason, I don't have an issue helping out a woman like that. You see what I'm saying? But
What
most
part of your
sisters,
help tell her to fucking move? Would that be part of your help? Get the fuck out of this neighborhood where you are not wanted, where you are not valued.
what this one saying, I don't know that whole story, but sometimes you have a situation where you're gonna have to move. That's just reality. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Sometimes you're gonna have to. I don't know what her exact situation is, but I'm saying a person that's being bothered who did nothing to anyone, I totally understand and do not mind helping a sister in those scenarios.
I think.
But most of the time when women are asking for protection, I see them asking for protection when it comes to something the man they're sleeping with did. My thing is, if you're sleeping with that brother, that's just a relationship issue. Y'all need to get that figured out amongst yourself. You can't call another man in to protect you from the man that's giving you dick. If he's close enough to give you dick, you can't tell me come protect you from that man. You want him close to you so his dick can get inside. That's a relationship issue. That's not a community issue.
All right.
I don't owe her that.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So, Roger, hey, whoever got the thing up in the background, please, can you turn it down?
I got headphones on, so what I mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
that must be me. Hold on, I got you.
All right. Well, anyway, I think what Roger was trying to say was he has no problem protecting in that situation which you were explaining, but in the other situation, however, I see where he's coming from. Like, how much can you protect somebody from someone they won't stay away from?
Mhm. You know,
What? What?
I had a cousin who got killed over some shit just like that, and he
Yeah.
was actually protecting the chick from her ex-boyfriend who she was still interacting with. Don't know if it was you know what I'm saying, intimate or whatever, but the ex-boyfriend came after her and he stood there and shielded her and got killed back in like 90 97 97 98
Mm.
and in the whole aspect of that whole chivalry thing, you know. Um, but it was later known that the girl was actually not of quality to where she should have been protected. You know what I'm
Well, my
saying?
thing is, if she's involved with the person that's coming after her, I don't need to understand any type of level of quality. You don't get protected from the guy you sleep with. You're
Right.
in a voluntary negative situation. I'm not your daddy. I can't tell you to. I would advise you to leave that man alone. But if a woman wants to deal with a man that's into that much negativity, that's on her at the end of the day. You got to step away from that before I can do anything for you. Point blank period. I'm not jumping up to protect you from your ex boyfriend or whatever the case is. You have to actually like really be done. And if you say she may call dude an ex boyfriend, but if he was really an ex boyfriend, why is he in proximity to her in the first place?
Facts. So you know what? Let me ask you something. In an aspect of this reflexive response of immediately saying that black men don't protect black women, which is not true. What type of reflexive response do we have of an accountability with them engaging with us in certain situations? Like soon as something happened, they're looking, okay, well, you know, I'm protected just because I'm a black woman. And it's like, but wait a minute, what type of black woman are you? Why doesn't that measure into the situation of protection as if like we're just supposed to be protected, just like what happened out here in Dallas probably maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, where this sister was mouthing off to one of to a white dude who was a bouncer at one of these downtown clubs, and you know, like he actually like started going at her rather than her getting in her car and leaving when he told her to leave. She actually got up in his face, yada yada yada, woo woo woo. And you know what I'm saying? Once it goes there, it's like, oh, she should have been protected. That was what's going all around. You know, everybody was mad. Oh, it's racist, it's this, it's that. But it's like, nah, wait a minute, man. This bitch was way out of pocket. Now I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying, that Peckerwood should have took it to that level. But she was way out of pocket before the fist started coming. When it was just words, when it was just a little bit sternism or whatever. She the one who started banging with that mouth first and foremost. And I noticed that's what a lot of these women tend to do. They bang with their mouth, and then somebody else bang back physically, and then they holler, "Oh, black man's supposed to be protecting us."
Okay. Well, see, this is the thing. I understand why women feel that way, and it's a dumb complaint to say I wasn't protected in that situation based on what you described, because I don't know that particular story. At least I'm not recognizing it right now.
Yeah.
But this is what protection is in that situation. Protection in that, if I see you mouthing off at a dude, and you know what I'm saying, you're a sister, and I see you mouthing off at a dude, y'all in his face. This ain't your man. You see what I'm saying? If it's something with your man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's y'all. If this not your man, I see you mouthing off in dude's face. In order for me to protect you, I go to you as the woman and say, first of all, sister, get out that man's face. That's a dude. Point blank, period. I'm gonna tell you to leave that dude alone. You don't want to get in no fight with him. That is protection. I don't need to physically beat him because you are trying to start a fight with that brother and get all up in his face. That's what protection is. I'm not gonna just randomly beat up some dude who ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may not like that because they want you to jump in there and be a guard dog. I'm not a guard dog. I'm a thinking individual. I'm not gonna beat up some random dude, you know what I'm saying, who ain't did nothing. No, sister, get out that man's face. Stop disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got an issue, talk it out. If you can't talk it out, leave. That's protection right there.
That it is.
Okay. So basically, like let's say this: she got to want out the situation.
Right.
She got to what out the situation?
She got to want out the situation. That's what you're
right. Well, I can't protect the person who's trying to start a fight. You know what I'm saying? How do you do that? That's impossible. Yeah, so if I see herself getting into a situation, and I understand emotions can take over, but if I come there and I'm being the voice of reason and you won't let it go, what do you want me to do? Now, you slap that man or something, he start beating the mess out you, that ain't my problem. I already tried to stop you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say it was a white dude and he started beating the crap out you. Now, I ain't gonna let the white dude just totally whoop you or whatever the case is, but I'll come grab you and separate y'all two. That's protection. You see what I'm saying? But you gonna have to take that L because you slapped that man and he he got his licks off. You know what I'm saying? Now I come over there and I grab you or I break y'all up so he won't just totally beat you down. But again, I can't beat that man up because he hit a woman that hit him, because that's me endorsing foolish behavior. I'm not going to endorse foolish behavior.
Okay. Let me say this, and I think I'm gonna wrap this up. It's like I said the other night. You know, you asked me about, why am I out here protecting black women, and then I'm going to tell you I'm tied up at the moment. See. I'm protecting the ones that I'm supposed to protect. If I run up on a stupid situation and something happens to me, I can't protect them anymore. Right. So I have to think about them first and foremost. They're not crazy people. They're level-headed and they love me. So they earn that spot. Meet the random chicks. I'm sorry, and I mean, like, and you're talking about somebody that's trying to interject himself into situations in the past and saw how futile they were. Not saying that I won't do what I can, but I know how costly it can be. I mean, not even so much, getting hurt, but cause you a lot of grief. Like you, like you try to jump in the middle of something, she likely to attack you as well.
Right.
Shoot. Right. Like, seriously. And if she doesn't attack you physically, she'll attack you verbally.
Yeah, I heard of that happening.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you punk. Blah, 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 Yep. So it's just like this. I got to, like, with me being a family man, I got to make the move that protects me the most. and which enables me to protect them. So asking me to protect some randoms, hell no. Here's what's gonna have to happen. Number one, a lot of you sisters out there, you're gonna have to calm the fuck down. You you're just gonna have to do it. Sometimes you want to yell and curse at somebody, take the high road. Stop trying to get these brothers killed out here. Which and I do think that they are protected. I really do. I mean, I think society protects them, and I think that they can, if even if it's a lie, they can approach any amount of brothers, and the brothers will automatically be like, "Hey, let's get into it." You know. So what I'm saying is like, in order for the protection narrative to be better, let brothers be in situation to where they really have to protect you, not over some bullshit, but things that actually happen. Because it's like, I don't like the attitude that a lot of brothers have out there talking about they won't protect women and all this other stuff. I mean, but you can't, it's unfair to ask them to put their necks on the line for stupid shit too. you know it is.
So,
So
Well, my thing is, it's all about the context of what's going on. I've seen a dude going at his woman, right? They getting heated. I go to dude, I say, dude, you need to calm down. She trying to get you in trouble. If you haul off and hit her, you gonna be the one going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Now, if dude still like, well, I'm about to just knock her anyway. Hey, they are in a relationship. That's their business. You see what I'm saying? I'll talk to the dude because who am I really trying to protect at that point? I'm trying to tell him, brother, don't end up going to jail over something silly or stupid because she's trying to get you heated. Understand what you're dealing with. She's doing it on purpose. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be protective of him. That's a woman trying to put him in a bad spot. Now, like I said, if a woman is there and something random happens and then I see that I can do something, which more than likely is not gonna actually happen. How many times will a woman be walking around and then all of a sudden some dude just snatch her purse and you happen to be there? The chance of this actually happening is about next to none. You see what I'm saying? But if somebody's bothering some random woman, yeah, I step in. If you riding the train, somebody start messing with you, you riding the bus, somebody start messing with you, and I happen to be there with you, sure, I'll step up and be like, man, why don't you leave her alone, whatever the case is. But that's about as far as it's really gonna go. Where are black women gonna truly be attacked truly be attacked in some negative way that's truly gonna cause them some harm? In this society, basically nowhere. It's places that can happen, but almost nowhere. The police got their back. The dudes they know got their back, and even brothers like myself, if I happen to be there and see it, I got their back. They got plenty of protection.
right. So really what they're asking is, assist me with my lack of restraint.
assist me with my lack of accountability.
Yeah. Let me start some mess and make sure I win the mess that I start. No, I'm not gonna do that because that's not my life is not that insignificant that because you want to start a fight with some dude or you want to steal from somebody or you want to just curse somebody out, whatever the case is. If it's a random dude you don't know, just because you want to start trouble with him does not mean I'm supposed to step in and make sure that I die over the fact that you start messing with people and you ain't got no business. I'm not going to endorse you messing with people. I don't believe in just going around randomly messing with people.
Me neither. Pick your battles. Because it's hard enough out here for you, brothers. Seriously. It's like, what's one less problem? Seriously.
For real.
What's one less problem except for a good thing? Like, seriously, like
That's a t-shirt right there, bro. That's $1 million t-shirt right there. What's one less problem except for a good thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, still, like, I'm not, cause I mean, like, we got a lot of, every time something like this happens, you got a few brothers out there that say that we aren't protecting the women, and I'm sitting up there like, where the fuck is this shit coming from? Like, let me remember. Okay, it was this girl, Nia Wilson. Like it was her and her sister. I guess they just had family dinner, and then they went and took the train or the subway or whatever. It said a random dude just approached them, started stabbing them, stab her in the neck, stab her sister in the neck. Her
That's
sister,
California, right?
yeah, her sister survives. She dies.
Yeah.
You know, tragic, messed up thing. A couple days later, this dude comes out with a video. Black men, it's our fault. We not protecting our black women. That girl dying, that was our fault that we didn't protect her. You know what I mean? Like, dude had like a fraction of hair on his head, like, you know, needed a shave. And you know, and it's like, does he mean well? Did he mean well by saying it?
Of
I
course,
mean,
he didn't mean well. He didn't mean well because it came out that they got killed on an empty train. Nobody was there, so he can't say that and mean well at the same time. To try to tell somebody they're responsible for a someone dying in an attack when nobody was there is not responsible. Being responsible with your words, and there's no way you could be doing that with positive intent.
mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, if niggas would have been on the train with her and it went down like that and they didn't do nothing, now you could say something about we not protecting our women. But you can't tell me we ain't protect her and she on the train and there's nobody there but her and her sister and the dude that actually stabbed her. We wasn't there.
Like, yeah, what pisses me off is like what pisses me off in the situation is she didn't die because when nobody was there to protect her. She died because some crazy motherfucker stabbed her. Like, that's why she died. And then this dude was out on parole, which means he was given a second chance. If they didn't let him out, she'd still be alive.
Yeah.
But you know, that it's not the crazy motherfucker's fault. It's black man's fault. So there.
I didn't know. I had no idea that somebody put out a video like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Like it went viral on Facebook, and you know how women get their hands on that video, they want to post it. Oh, listen to him, fellas, listen to him. Like they don't even understand that he's being disingenuous.
He could have been totally genuine. It was an idiot statement.
Yeah, it
You
was.
want you want to tell men they not protecting you, but they're not even present. The men that are not present cannot protect you.
Yeah, but the girl, like, why not use the video or use the time to send condolences to the family? Like, say, my condolences. I'm sorry this happened to your little girl. It sucks. Like,
because niggas likes to grandstand.
And that's why I don't like the what do we call it? My two favorite new words to put together: virtue signaling.
Yeah, I mean, to me that was pathetic, and that's really what it was. I can totally get if we was there, any group of it's 5, 6, 7 guys there, and they just watch her get stabbed and don't do nothing. Man, I totally understand your concern, but the information came out. The train was empty. It was just them. So if it's really a protection issue, then the first thing we got to say was why were they unescorted? Now, but see, women don't want to go to that point where you got to be escorted with a man everywhere you go. So if you don't want to go to that point, you got to accept that there's certain things that come with freedom. Simple as that. The only other way to get around this is you have to be escorted by a man everywhere you go. They do that in some countries.
I mean, but yeah, they do it in some countries, but their women also have a certain element of integrity about themselves, and that's one of the things that's actually being social conditioned out of black women. They're losing that integrity. They're losing, all that freedom. What do they call it? Free thinking freedom, and all that shit is laced within feminism. It's like, okay,
but see,
it comes.
But my point is the why don't matter. If you got an issue with the fact that a sister got caught by herself, see, in street lanes we call that you get caught slipping. So unless we gonna go to the point that you have to accept male escorts, then you have nothing to complain about. Now it's a shame that girl got killed. That's a tragic situation. But at the end of the day, you can't blame people that ain't there for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for any deaths in New York. I'm not even in New York. I don't want to hear nothing about I wasn't protecting women that was in New York. That ain't my issue.
Mm. Well, I mean, what do you think about the, you know, there's a rapper that said that, you know, protect. Oh,
He said what?
no, I just noticed Rogish popped up again. He might be switching over. Hold on 1 second. That says that we are protecting them. That protection should be our top priority. You know.
Okay, where is this location that black women go to and they're unprotected? If no one can give me the address, then then you're talking nonsense.
Mm.
Because outside of that, like I said, it's go back to being escorted everywhere you go with a man. If you ain't cool with being escorted everywhere you go with a man, and there's no address where black women are freely attacked, then you're talking nonsense.
Mm.
Yeah. So they got to use a male buddy system, huh?
All right. Well, I'm about to wrap this up, fellas. I'm about to wrap it up. All right. Are there any final thoughts on this subject?
Nah, respect as always, and long live the habitual line steppers. And Roger is right. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I can second all that. and all I want to say is, y'all, it's okay to think for yourself, people. It's still legal. It's still legal. You can't complain about men not protecting you when they're not present, unless you want to go back to that escort system where men have to walk with you or go with you everywhere you go. And if you sleeping with a brother, you can't tell another man to come into your relationship and regulate the man you sleeping with. Because what other man is gonna let another woman come into his home and tell him how to run his situation? You think a man? Do you think it's cool that an outside man can come tell your father how to handle your mother? So if you don't agree to that, then you got to accept that there's certain things that come with other things. No other man can come into y'all situation and regulate y'all unless you cool with somebody coming into your mama's life and telling your daddy how he's supposed to handle his woman, and that might not even be positive for your mama or you, because you don't know what he gonna say.
Mm. Okay. All right. Roger. Thank you for that, as always, and thank you for coming by. Once again. Just me personally, I'm gonna try to be the cooler head in all this. I just want us to choose smart situations in the beginning, choose common sense situations, because you know if you don't choose common sense situations, you'll end up like Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. So who knew? Well, you know. Anyway, just want to tell everyone. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you who stuck with me through this broadcast, and again, I'm letting you know that this will be a weekly occurrence. So every Thursday night, be looking for Black Men Being Brutally Honest to be live. So thank you for tuning in for the first broadcast, and we guarantee we're promised to give you great content each time. Long live the habitual line steppers, and Kev, we trust. Goodbye, and see you next week.
And shout out to Curlin.
Shout out to Curlin.